Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I apologize for any noises you may hear in the background, whether that be wind blowing curtains, people yelling, cars running by, sirens, church bells. It's way too hot and I refuse to close my window to film this video. And it's also going to be a rather quick reading. Starting off with my disclaimer, I am a spirit channeler and oracle card reader who channels both light and shadow energies in my readings, which means if you're easily triggered, please find yourself another reader. For those of you who still remain, today's reading will be on the topic of, should I take this job? So this is for those of you who are job hunting and you got an offer for a job, or you're thinking about applying for a job, or you're thinking about accepting an offer and you just want to know if you should accept it. And I'll also be tapping into what energies are coming with regards to your career and jobs. If the answer is no, or if the answer is yes, maybe how the job itself is going to go if you do take it. So you have 5 piles this time to choose from left to right. Pile 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pause the video if you need some more time to choose your pile, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. So should you take this job? With the first angel answers card here, we have let go. Absolutely not. You should not take this job. Furthermore, you should let go of applying to jobs that are very similar to it, because what has been happening is that you have not been applying to jobs that are in alignment with your soul purpose, your soul path, and what you actually want to do, your true calling, what really lights you up inside. We have this true love and fidelity card. And next to the true feelings are masked card, and basically it's like your soul is yearning to go one way and you have been attempting to go another way, a way that is more safe. And I feel like you've been doing this for a very, very long time, like for years. You've been attempting metaphorically to open doors that were not meant for you to open. And you've become increasingly frustrated over the years that your career has gone nowhere and that you haven't had stable jobs because you have been continuing to attempt to open these doors that were not meant for you. So essentially, like, what I'm seeing is that like you're in a room full of doors and they all have nameplates, but the names on them are covered up by a blank nameplate. So you've been trying to open doors that underneath the blank nameplate has the name of someone else on it, but you haven't been going after the doors that actually have your name on it. And it's because you're selling yourself short. These positions that you're applying for are beneath you. I don't care if you feel like the job you're inquiring about now and the jobs recently that you've been applying for, I don't care if you feel that they are a bit more prestigious or a bit more advanced or a bit better than the ones that you've been applying for previously in the past. It's still not even, you're still not even on target. So you need to essentially cut that out. We have this anxiety card here next to the healer of the ages. Basically, you have a lot of subconscious limiting beliefs, as like an old paradigm that needs to change. And it's from years and years of you going after the wrong jobs and years of you accepting jobs that are beneath you, things that do not light you up inside. Basically, you need to start going after things that light you up inside, things that are in alignment with what your soul actually wants to do. So you're still on a journey, you're still moving towards there with this journey card here, but that the biggest part of this journey is going to occur after this healing, this end of this paradigm that you've been in for the last several years. There needs to be a shift. So you need to think bigger. Basically, you need to think bigger. This is not it. So disregard this job, throw it out, don't accept it. But furthermore, do not even apply for jobs that are similar to them. to this one, because that's still not going to be it. I feel like with this queen card here that you're probably supposed to be working for yourself, or you're supposed to be working with one other person, but you're basically supposed to be like the CEO or the boss or the owner of your own company. There, with this prince card here next to the queen, I'm seeing like a partnership that's going on. I feel like your sole purpose and your dream career revolves around your soulmate. So you may or may not have met this person already, but I feel like this person comes from a wealthy background. So either their parents and or their family name are well known and wealthy, or this person himself started his own company and his name is wealthy and well known, or he's very successful in whatever that he does for a living, but his name will still be pretty well known. So it's either from his his family line, or it's himself who did it. And basically what's going to happen is that you guys are going to merge forces. So I feel like he has either the financial backings, well, he does have the financial backings to help you out with your dream career. But in addition to that, I'm seeing like some sort of partnership, like he has some sort of company or some sort of networking or some sort of position that will allow you to do what you actually do. Like, for example, he owns a clothing store with a lot of branches around the country, and you're a fashion designer. Or he owns a publishing company and you're a writer. Or he owns a broadcasting network and you always dreamed of being a host, a television host or a radio host or a correspondent or something like that. Or you have a journalism degree and he owns like a network or something. He may be a director, you're an actress. I'm seeing it's things like this. He may own a private school, because we have this teacher card here, which I'm going to get to. He may own a private school. You may be a teacher. He may own some sort of company that distributes information and makes courses for people to learn online or to learn wherever, either in person or online. And you may have a lot of knowledge in some particular area, and you're going to create a course and you're going to be the face of this course. So when people see the advertisements, they're going to see your face for the course. You're going to be the teacher who's teaching this course, or you're going to be the author with her name on the book. You're going to be the correspondent for a new, like a television show, or host for a television show that he's a producer of, things like this. Hopefully that made sense. We have this teacher card here. I feel like what you're going to do has something to do with teaching. It has something to do with spreading knowledge, spreading information. And we have this priest card here. I feel like religion will play a role in this. This guy could be a pastor or a priest. He could own a church. You could, or like run a church. You could be the head of the church. And you could be teaching Sunday school or something in the church. You could be running some program that teaches people or helps counsel people in the church. You guys could share a religion here, or he could just be very religious in some way, or you could be very religious in some way. I feel like your religion, either his or yours or both of yours, is going to play a role in whatever it is that you two do together. So you might publish religious books, or you may publish the books and he sells them at some religious conferences that he frequents because he has networks there or something like that. Or he may have a not-for-profit organization that is geared towards people of certain religion, and you're going to be helping with that. And when people will think of that organization, or when they'll think of a certain division in that organization, they're going to think of you. So your face is going to be the face of something inside of his company. So it's going to, this is coming off like a mini company in the bigger company, like, you know, like the big company, like L'Oreal, for example, that owns like all these smaller companies. Like it might be that maybe he owns like a big hair product company, and you make hair products, and you're going to be able to sell it under his company. I hope this is making sense. But I don't want you to get too caught up on that. You may know him, you may not know him yet. This is a general reading. What's important, and the main thing you need to take away from this reading, that job you're applying to, forget about it. Just forget about it. Focus on what it is that actually lights you up. There's something that you really, really want to do, you need to do actually, and you need to spend a little bit more time doing that. Also, it would help you to look for positions in that field, because you may end up meeting him in that field, or just simply you just getting your feet wet in that field there will be less opposition in those positions, because they're more in alignment with your true path. Even though you're not going to find I mean, you may find it through a job ad that he would put out, but basically what I want you to do is, or what the cards want you to do, is go after whatever it is here that's lighting you up inside. I'm just going to cast a few more cards from Energy Oracle just to see if I can narrow it down a little bit more about what... Oh my God, look at this. What did I say? What did I say? I said, you guys, oh my gosh, this is so cute. But I want to see more specifically what this career is. It's definitely a partnership. Action. So you're going to be doing a lot of different things. From that card, I'm getting a lot of different things. You may be like the manager or the CEO of his company, doing a lot of different things. So even if you're going to make a lot of money from when you meet this person, you're going to make a lot of money. You're going to have some prestigious position. Like I said, you're going to be the face of something, and you may be the manager, the CEO, but I feel like you're going to be the face of some product that he's going to put out, and it's going to be your idea, or a mixture of both your idea and his idea. You guys are going to work on it together. We have the World card. It's going to be something that's going to be distributed worldwide. So it could be like a product, it could be a virtual product, information, like I said, something about information and teaching, people learning something, and there's like a religion attached to it. There may be children attached to it as well, because yeah, with this teacher card and the Queen and the Prince. So it may have something to do with children, with religion, with writing, just communication, public speaking, or hosting, acting, fashion. Yeah, so there you go. So I asked, when are you guys going to meet, when you're going to get this new job? And we have improving health and listen to your intuition. So like I said here with this Healer of the Ages card, you have a lot of healing to do. This old paradigm that is plaguing your life, that is making you apply for these lower level jobs, needs to end. You need to heal that part of you. You need to reach bigger. You need to think bigger. You need to think more advanced, more prestigiously, because this person, this guy right here, he's very prestigious. He may even be an aristocrat with a title, but he doesn't, you know, he may even be a celebrity or something, but he's just really established, and you need to think higher. You're not going to cross paths with him if you're thinking about these lower level, entry level jobs. You need to think bigger for you to be able to cross paths with him. So basically what you need to do is continue to aim higher and higher and higher. So that job that you're inquiring about right now, it's a no, like I said, and what you need to do is dismiss it and apply for ones that are even higher up, ones that are even more prestigious, ones that previously, like a week ago, you would have thought, no, there's no way I could get that. And those are the ones I want you to start applying for. And those jobs may still be a no. Like after you apply to the new ones that you think are even higher than this one, by all means, come back to this reading, start again from the intro and pick a pile and see if you get, you know, another answer for whether or not that new job is going to be something that you should take. It may very well be a no, and because I'm telling you, this is going to take several steps. You know, right now you're like a level, I don't know, 1, for example, and you need to get to 10. So it may seem daunting, but every step gets you closer to that level 10 where he is at. So basically aim higher. What you need to take away from this reading, of course, is the no to this job, but also the aiming higher. So the next job you apply for one that you a week ago you would have thought, nah, there's no way I can get this. Apply for it. Okay, those are messages. I hope that helped you. Let me know if it resonated, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pal number 2. Welcome to your reading. I'm sorry about the lighting. You can't really see all the cards. So should you take this job? What do you think? Look at the first card right here. Nope. Now the good thing, or I don't know if we should call it a good thing, but there are 2 no's in this deck. There's this no and then the no with the exclamation point. So this is not a hell no, but it's a no. It's still a no. So I don't know if that's going to make you feel better. But it's still a no. So here's the thing. This is not it. Has someone offered you another position? We have this golem, a close friend acts on your behalf. Sometimes that could be like spirits or whatnot. But this air card here, seek a union of mind and spirit. And then the king card here, it's almost as if someone has offered you another position and you've turned it down. And I feel like this is a friend or someone, at least an acquaintance. It may not be like an actual friend or family, but it's an acquaintance, like not just a stranger, like someone who put out an ad and they contacted you, said, hey, do you want this position? And you said no. Though, this is a general reading. So keep in mind that could have been what happened. Maybe someone offered you a job and you turned it down and you never met them face to face. You only corresponded with them via email. However, I'm picking up for most of you, this is like a coworker or someone you go to school with or someone you talk to on occasion. Like you don't talk to them when you're not at this location, like when you're not in class or when you're not at work, you don't really talk to them. But like when you're at work or when you're in class, you guys sit together, you guys talk after class, or you exchange notes, or you just discuss the test and stuff like that. They may have mentioned something to you like, hey, my work is hiring, or hey, my friend works here and I think they're hiring, because you mentioned to this person that you're looking for a job. And you said, oh, that's cool, I'll think about it. And you thought about it and you dismissed it for some reason. I think you need to go back to their offer. Now, regardless of all that, here's what you need to be going towards. We have the secret card here, so definitely you need to keep looking for another job. And before I even get there, let me just mention this. We have this contract job here from the Energy Oracle, and right next to it we have the hostilities card. This, like, can it be any more plain than this? This contract that you're thinking about signing, this job, is hostile. Wow, hostile. Okay, I'm not lying to you. It's hostile. The environment is hostile. The pay might be hostile. The boss might be hostile. The location might be hostile. It's not it. Okay, just keep looking. With the secret card, it means just keep looking. Now we have this rescuer card and this mother card and this alchemist. Do you want to do something in daycare, teaching children, social work, community work, outreach, philanthropic work, humanitarian work, environmentalist work? Do you want to do something like that? Because these are the jobs I'm picking up. And I don't know if that's the type of job that you applied to, that you're like the job you're inquiring about. I don't know if that's the one you applied to. If it was, because say for example you're a social worker or nurse, also I'm seeing nurse, especially a pediatric nurse. So say for example, for simplicity purposes, that you just applied for a pediatric nursing position, and I'm telling you no, keep applying for pediatric nursing positions, because I'm seeing that here, but just not at this hospital, not at this private clinic. Just no. And I feel like you may have an old coworker from like a old job that you used to work at, or maybe even the receptionist when you went to this job interview mentioned something like, oh, there's like this other clinic across the street or something. Someone mentioned something to you, someone who you speak to on occasion. They mentioned somewhere else, go there. I feel like that's where it's going to be. It's something to do with working with children, working in the social work environment, might be animals, humanitarian work. It might be a charity, a hospital, something like that. It's something like that. And if it isn't, then that's where you need to be going. That's definitely where you need to be going. But I feel like you already know this. You guys seem to be established in your career, like you already have your degree in the social worker, personal support worker, maybe working with the elderly or people who are disabled, or you may be a teacher or something. So you're not in the wrong career field. This is in alignment with what you're really good at. It's just that clinic, that school, that hospital, it's just a no. Okay, it's just a no. So, and sorry, I just wanted to hop back in while I'm clearing out your cards. I seem to be doing this lately, like forgetting something to say something and then hopping back into the reading. If this person didn't contact you yet, because I mentioned it very like distinctively as if you already got this information. I feel like most of you did, like at least 75% of you watching this already had this information come to your ear through someone, a colleague or a classmate or someone, something like that. If that hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen soon. So don't worry about it. I feel like the next job you're going to get that you should take is going to come through a referral from someone. So if you haven't gotten it yet, don't worry, it's going to come, okay? So those are your messages. I hope that helped you. Let me know if it resonated, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So should you take this job? Wait, and first of all, I just want to say your pile had so many cards fly out at me that weren't even supposed to be here. Like this reading, this frame is jam-packed with more cards than I intended to pull for any of the piles. Like you have the most cards. So I just wanted to point that out. And this actually is in alignment with your reading, because there seems to be a vengeance theme happening here. So it's like the cards were flying out with vengeance. So basically, should you take this job, the one you're inquiring about? So we have the Angel's Answers card here with the answer, which is unlikely, which means maybe, maybe not, kinda, sorta. There's like more to the story. It's not a definite yes or no. And this is what I'm picking up from this spread. You had some job that you recently quit, or most likely you were fired from, you were let go. Now, this is a general reading. For some of you, I'm seeing issues. I am seeing like people were talking about you. Someone spread some lies or some rumors or some gossip, right? But for others of you, let me just get this out of the way. It could have just been, which they would have told you, like just downsizing, the economy hit hard, you had to be laid off with no fault of your own for some of you. But for a good chunk of you here, I'm seeing some drama. So I'm going to keep speaking about this mostly in terms of the drama, but like I said, some of you, it was just, you were laid off, that's it. But this is still your reading. So my drama folks, someone was talking crap behind your back. Someone went to the higher ups, the manager or something, and said something about you. Someone complained about you. It may have been a customer who complained about you. May have been a coworker who complained about you, and you got let go. You actually got fired, or you had your hours significantly reduced in some way for them to push you out of the company. But I feel like you were literally fired. We have this detective card. Someone is coming clean. So the lies that were spun is coming clean. For some of you, I'm seeing it was a manager themselves who was shady, who fired you for no reason. And that manager is going to be fired very soon, because there was something wrong. If it was the manager, I'm seeing for some of you, there was something wrong with this guy or this woman. you're not the only person this person has screwed over. They have like a chip on their shoulder. It's really nothing that you did, except for maybe the fact that you didn't keep your head down enough and stay out of their way when they were in one of their moods. But you may have felt like they had it out for you for some reason, and you're not imagining it. They did have it out for you. Why? Who knows? But I think they saw your potential. You may even potentially get their job one day, but I don't see that happening right away. What is going to happen is, if this was the manager who had you fired, it's going to come to light to the people above this manager that this person was doing some other things that were shady and that they are going to get fired for. And then when they get fired for that, the higher ups are going to go back into the files of the people that they recently fired, the manager recently fired, and they're going to go over it and realize, hey, there are some holes here. Like, what are the real reasons why this person was let go? And I think they're going to call you and offer you your job back. And others of you, if it wasn't the manager themselves and it was a coworker, the same thing's going to happen, except just replace manager with coworker. This coworker is going to screw up somehow. They're going to get caught. The managers or the higher ups are going to look into it. This person's going to get fired. You're going to be able to come back. Some of you, I'm seeing like you have a union thing going on and you got sent to another location. You're going to be able to go back to your old location soon. So maybe this job that you're inquiring about is not the other location, but it's a brand new job, because there's something about this new location that the union sent you to that you don't like. Maybe it's too far from your home, or they don't pay as much, or it's a sketchy neighborhood, or you don't have seniority there, which you should, because, you know, the way it works, even if you cross over to, anyways, I'm not an expert on that, but there's something about this new location that you just don't like, or maybe all your friends, your great coworkers were at the old location or something. You're going to be sent back to the other location. So if you're inquiring about applying to a brand new job and getting out of this company completely, hold off on that. Hold off on completely quitting this job, because you're going to get sent back to the old location that you want to go back to, because this coworker or this manager is going to be kicked out, or they're going to be moved. At the very, very least, they're going to be reprimanded and like moved to another department or another location completely, at the very least, if they're not completely fired. And you're going to come back. If you are inquiring about like a brand new job, but you currently do not still hold the old job, just in another location, then my advice to you is to take that job for now, but with the knowledge in the back of your mind that this old place is probably going to call you back soon, and you're going to have to quit this one that you're inquiring about. So if you're not willing to, like, if this one that you're inquiring about is a huge commitment, and if you take it, that's all, your hands are tied for at least, I don't know, 6 months, a year, or something like that, then I wouldn't take it. I would not tie your hands to prevent you from going back to this old job that you were kicked out of unjustly. Unless, of course, there are some people who would be watching this who you actually don't even want to go back, because you're so pissed off at the way that the management was running this place that you're just like, I don't even want to go back if they offered me my old job. Then if that's the case for you, because this is a general reading, by all means take this job that you're inquiring about, because you have no desire to take this job when they call you back. By all means, take that one. But if you would return to your old job if they called you back, do not take a new job that will tie your hands, where you can't quit it with like the drop of a hat if the other place were to call you back, or with like, 2 weeks notice or something like that. And if it's a job that wouldn't tie your hands, then by all means take it, because you need to put money in your pocket and food on the table and in your belly in the meantime, while these people here figure out their own nonsense, while they get to the bottom while they get to the bottom of their own nonsense. You need to move on. You need to live your life. So I wouldn't like sit there like worrying about these people. Like, if this job is easy for you to let go of and walk away from in like a couple of weeks, or however long it will take these people to figure their crap out and call you back, then take it. But if not, if it would tie your hands and you do want to go back to this old one, I would not take that one. Okay. Another thing that may potentially be happening, I'm seeing this for an even like a very small percentage of you guys. If you took this person to like some sort of workers court and filed a grievance against them, you're probably going to win that case with this chalice here, rejuvenation and fulfillment. So you're going to get paid. If they owe you some back pay, or you just sued them in like I don't know what kind of court it would be, but like one of those lower courts to do with like employee and employer disputes, you're going to get compensation. So you may not get your job back. If you resonate with this. But I mean, you would probably resonate with the subgroup that didn't even want their old job back, like I said. But it's not that they're going to call you back to give you your old job back. It's that the judge, they're going to rule in your favor, and you're going to get a lump sum. But of course, still take the job you're inquiring about, because you're not going to go back to the old one. You're just going to get extra money on top of it. Okay, that's just like a little like extra for a small percentage of you I'm seeing. So I hope that helped you. Those are your messages. Let me know if that resonated, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. So, should you take this job? First of all, I'd like to start off by saying that this pile is reminding me very, very strongly of another pile that I already read for, and I'm not going to tell you which one it is, but if you were drawn to two piles, this is probably why. Now, I'm going to read this pile for you and channel as I go, and hopefully more information will come through that will explain how this pile is different from the last one that I'm thinking about. But let's go with it. So should you take this job, your first card here is from the Angel Answers deck is No Need to Worry. Basically, you guys have been worrying your ass off over this job, which is again similar to the other pile. You've been having a lot of anxiety and stress over jobs in general, about your career, your finances, your stability. I feel like you may have been unemployed for a while. It's been a while that you've been unemployed, and you've probably been looking for a while, or you're starting to lose hope. Okay. The thing about you guys that seems to be different from the other piles, that you guys are heavily intuitive. You guys are like almost psychic, if not completely psychic, but you guys have strong clair abilities. So whether that be clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience, all of them, claircognizance. I feel like you guys are very strong in all of them, or some of them, or what have you, or one of them. Your intuition is through the roof. And furthermore, you have a strong spiritual team behind you, ushering you in a direction that is spiritual. Okay, now I'm starting to see what the difference is between this one and the other group. This is much more spiritual based. Yeah, this is much more spiritual based. Basically, your life purpose revolves around spirituality, something in the spiritual field. And you're freaking out trying to figure out what to do with your life. It seems like this reading, or your inquiry, has less to do about a specific job, although of course that may be part of it, but has less to do with a specific job and more to do with what the heck am I supposed to be doing with my life in general. It's like, yeah, you want to know if you should take this new job, but it's like beyond that, more than that, it's like, what the heck am I supposed to be doing? Like, it's like you're getting nowhere. It's like job after job, you're getting nowhere. You're not advancing. I see you guys taking like regular types of jobs, trying to fit in with society when you're not meant to fit in with society. I see you guys as being really, really connected to the upper realms. You have like a strong 6th and 7th chakra. I'm surprised I didn't get that in this deck, but I only cast like 4 cards. Yeah. What can I say? What can I say about this pile? Your life purpose is in something to do with writing, teaching, creating something, being a pioneer for being the first person to do something, or in the first group of people to do something, ushering in a new wave of something, guiding people who are lost, guiding people who are too much in their ego, who are too obsessed with this world and too obsessed with the matrix. You're helping people break out of that. Your path may also be in religion as well. You're going to be like the first person you're going to go ahead of people to get the wave of humanity moved in a new direction. Scribe, you guys are writers, definitely writers. I don't care if you publish or not, but you're probably going to publish something. You guys are definitely writers. You guys probably do well with speaking. You may even be readers yourself, like oracle readers, tarot readers. You may be able to read palms, all kinds of scrying and divination. You may be able to look into crystal ball. You may be even able to look into a skull even. There's no limits to what you guys can do. You guys may be shamans, witches, Reiki healers. You're supposed to be doing something in the spiritual field. Open a crystal shop. Spell work. Working with plants will help you. You guys need to live in an environment that is surrounded by plants. You need to have a backyard. You need to have a big backyard. And as well, a lot of greenery around you. You need to have trees, grass, plants around you. If you live in the city, it's one of your longer term goals, or like maybe we should say short term goals, to move. You have to be around nature to nurture this connection to spirit and this creativity, and for you to be able to hear your guides better. Also, for some of you, having a cat will help you, or a little pet like a familiar will help you. A small pet, I'm seeing, like a cat, a bunny, a bird, a snake even I saw, a mouse, like a gerbil or one of those rodents. Some of you guys will do well volunteering your spare time working with animals if you can't have one in your house. Also volunteering your time planting stuff and working in gardens. That may be a good job for you in the meantime. Because everyone needs to, eat, put food on the table and that sort of stuff. So if the job that you're applying for is not something to do in the spiritual field, even if it's working in a crystal shop at the, and you don't own it, because your life purpose is something huge. So basically, for the moment, let's bring this down just a little bit so you don't get too overwhelmed. If the job you're inquiring about is not something in the spiritual field or in nature, or around animals, it's a no. The next job you apply to has to be in nature. You may be a skiing instructor, snowboard instructor. You got to plant trees around the city. You got to mow people's lawns, rake their leaves or whatever. You have to be working with animals in a shelter, in, an animal shop, wherever, on a farm as well, planting crops on a farm or working with animals on a farm. You need to work in crystal shops and stone shops where they have crystal stones, where they sell all types of metaphysical stuff. One of those metaphysical stores. You need to be a clerk in those stores. You need to be a reader on the side, oracle card, tarot, divination, anything. Writing. You need to be a writer on the side as well. And more creative writing as much as possible, not like journalism or something like that. Because usually, a lot of times when I see writing, I'll see inclusive types of writing, but I'm not seeing structured writing for you. Although, of course, you guys are going to be very good at grammar and all that stuff. But the type of writing I'm not seeing like journalism or something like that. Like, it has to be something a little bit more creative, like where you write for piecework on the side. Teaching as well might help, but virtually, I don't see you teaching a lot of children around you in person. Don't be around a lot of people. They're going to drain your energy. You guys are empaths. People are draining your energy. You need to get away from people. You guys are listening to this, you're like, what is she talking about? She's rambling. I promise you, I'm not rambling. I'm seeing this. You need to be outside of the city with a huge backyard surrounded by birds chirping, and have a little bird feeder that come, and the birds come to your backyard. You need to plant your own roses and stuff like that, your rose bushes, away from people, no roommates, for the love of God, no roommates. If you guys have roommates, you guys, I know this seems like this reading is all over the place. I promise you, it's just, I'm seeing a lot of stuff. Okay, so your life purpose is, of course, it's grand. It's grand. You guys are light workers, probably star seeds. This is insane. So yeah, definitely now it's super clear the difference between this group and the other one that you were reminding me of. But you too, just like the other group, need to follow your true purpose, and it has nothing to do with these little jobs that you're applying to. No little job, no job. No one who posts a job like online for you to apply to is going to have one that is in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing with your life. Like, no, it's not possible. You guys just have this innate gift that you need to share with the world. You guys are probably like naturally great at writing, even though you may not even have a bachelor's in creative writing or journalism or something or whatever. I'm not saying getting these things won't help with the technical sides of things, but at the end of the day, people have editors for a reason. You don't need to edit the thing. You just got to get it to the publishers. I mean, you edit a little bit, but I mean, they have real professional editors for that. You're not, that's not really your job. Don't worry about following the 9 to 5, go to school, get a degree. That sort of stuff is not for you. We're going to have a very intimate talk here because it's just me and you, and everyone else might think we're weird, but I'm telling you, you're not weird. If you can't wake up in the morning like everyone else, if you can't wake up at 6 a.m. to go jogging and to go do like meditation and yoga, and then, you know, go to the gym, come home, have breakfast, and then take a shower, go to work for like 8:30 a.m. and like be happy and smiling, like you're not weird. You're not weird. That's not you at all. Whew. This is intense. You guys are intense. You guys are all probably water signs. I'm seeing a lot of Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here. That doesn't mean you can't be another sign, but you have a heavy water chart. It's impossible that you cannot have a heavy water chart or at least a sun, moon, or rising, or a north node in a water sign. Okay. So basically, let's get this reading back down to what it's about. Because honestly, you guys are just superstars. So, should you take this job? It's like, how do you even talk about a job after you guys being the saviors of the planet? Okay. Should you take this job? If it's not, at the very least, something in alignment with the things that I mentioned before, like working in a crystal shop, working in a metaphysical store, in a garden, with animals, animal shelter, stuff like that, or some writing at home, preferably. But even if you're in an office with a window with a nice view, for the love of God, please don't put yourselves in a box anywhere with no window, with no fresh air. You're going to suffocate, you guys. Do not do it. You can't. It's imperative. So let's stay on track. If the job you're inquiring about is nothing in alignment with these things that I mentioned, or nothing creative at the very least, because if I didn't mention it but it's still creative, like it's in an art gallery, for example, or maybe on a film set or something, or in a theater, most likely would be like in like live theater, or like a dance studio or something. If I didn't mention it, because I'm seeing, this is a general reading and I mentioned to you what I'm seeing heavily for most of you, but it has to be, it's something creative or religious. It could be working, in any sort of religious capacity. If they're hiring, if the church is hiring, the mosque is hiring, the temple is hiring, the synagogue is hiring, that's where you need to be as well. And if the job you're inquiring about is nothing along the lines of anything that I just said in the length of this reading, then the answer is no. You should not take that job, especially if it has no window. I know it may sound silly, but I'm telling you, I can see you guys just getting depressed. You guys are probably prone to anxiety and depression. So, and being around too many people in a cramped office or wherever you're going to be working, especially if these people are not of a higher vibration, if they too are depressed, oh my God, Lord help you. At the very least, if you're working around a lot of people, work in like, somewhere where it's bright and like everyone's like enjoying themselves, everyone's gardening, or everyone's in an art gallery or something. Everyone's, something where people are a little bit more cheerful. If you have to be around a lot of people, even if you have to be around children, maybe children might help you as well, because they don't have the types of problems adults have. They're less depressed. So teacher as well, teaching. But specifically teaching children under like primary age, or of course like daycare or something. So basically, if the job you're applying for is not in alignment with anything that I mentioned so far in this reading, the answer is no. If it is, yes, take it, but just know that that is not your final destination at all, like at all. It's not even a joke. That's not your final destination. Is the only thing is that if this job is in alignment with the things that I mentioned, it's just that you won't be miserable there. You'll be able to actually survive there, and you won't feel like you're suffocating like you have felt in some of your previous jobs. But like that job is not long term. It's not a long term solution for you guys. You guys are nomads. You're nomads. You're meant to create your own oracle decks, or open your own crystal shops, or open your own camping, like glamping space, a yoga retreat, a luxurious spa salon, or publish a lot of books, and you live outside of the city surrounded by nature, and you're writing your little heart out. These are the things you're supposed to be doing, guiding people. You may be a YouTuber, putting out these like new age spirituality types of videos, religious videos as well. You guys may be priests, imams, rabbis, whatever. All that is in alignment with you ultimately. Okay, I really hope this reading made sense. Let me know if it resonated, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pal number 5. Welcome to your reading. So should you take this job? So the first card you have here is this Don't Stop card from the Angel Answers. Basically, this whole reading kind of got hijacked by love and relationships. Now, I'm going to just throw in the small possibility that would probably be for like 10% of you guys, where this is to do with a job that you're currently in that is toxic, that is draining your energy, and that is keeping you small when you deserve to be bigger. You deserve to have raises, you deserve to have a higher position, you deserve to be more happy, and you're staying in this job because you need to put food on the table, and because you're just scared to leave this job. Like, this would have to be a job that you've been in for years and years and years. Like, you've been in the same position for years, and you feel like you would have to start all over if you went to another job, because you want to do something else, but your education and your experience is all in this field, and you feel like, oh, is it too late to start over? That's for like maybe 15% of you. The rest of you guys, this whole reading got hijacked by a relationship. So I'm going to talk now about the relationship, but of course keep in mind, if you resonate with this being a job that you've been in for a long period of time and is keeping you small and you want to move on to a new career field completely, this is still your reading. So guys, you have to leave this romantic partner that you're with who is draining your energy, who is leeching off of your time and money and energy, and who is making you feel like you can't achieve more in life, or who may even be downright stopping you from getting a job so you can have financial freedom. I'm seeing here with the seduction card, passion and romance await, next to the golem, a close friend acts on your behalf. A lot of times this golem comes out very helpful and playful to me, but now he's coming out very, very menacing. Like he looks exactly like he does in the picture and not helpful at all. There's some menacing shadow around you that is preventing you from moving forward. And with the seduction card here, and with the whole just the energy of this reading, I was feeling love, and then finally a lover card came out in the end, and I just had to like shake my head because I was feeling love the entire time. It's like you live with some man who is afraid that you're going to make more money than him or something like that, or he wants you to stay home and take care of the kids while he goes out to work, but he doesn't earn enough money, or you're not happy, you're not satisfied, the kids are old enough, they're in school, you want to do something and he's not allowing you to get a part-time job, or he's only allowing you to get certain part-time jobs, or you want to quit your job and get another job and he's not allowing you to do that or something like that, or he's arguing with you over it. Who is this person? Is he your husband? I'm seeing like you need to leave this person. And yeah, hopefully you listen to my disclaimer at the beginning, because I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you. This person is annoying me and I want to get through this reading as quickly as possible so I could just end it. Like it's like you're almost trapped in your home, trapped in some sort of like, this might be a karmic relationship. And some of you, like I said, with this contract card, it's a job. You have responsibilities at home. For some of you, there's like two subgroups happening here, where it's a job, and other subgroup, it's like a husband. I'm seeing a husband. The other subgroup, I'm seeing like you're stuck in a contract. It's like you signed, some of you, did you sign a contract to be in this job for years? Are you in the military? I'm trying to think of what other job makes you sign your life away for like 5 years or more or something. You may have signed a contract that said that you would be, well, actually, now that I think about it, there are a lot of music deals, music contracts. Acting does that as well. If you're going to play a character, you have to sign up for the entire season at least, or multiple seasons. If you're an athlete, you have to sign up for multiple seasons or something like that. So yeah, there's a lot of there are a lot of jobs that require you to sign a contract for a commitment for a certain amount of years, and I feel like a good chunk of you did that in the subgroup of you that resonate with this being a job that you're stuck in. And you have commitments at home. You may have a wife and kids, and you feel like you have to support them, and you want to leave this position. It's like you're stuck. Some of you are stuck with a real legally binding contract. Others of you are stuck mentally. All of you are stuck mentally though, but some of you it's mentally, and in addition, an actual legally binding contract. If you resonate with this just being mentally, I do see this being, for all of you actually, a cycle that you need to break out of. Like this is like some sort of karmic cycle. It's like you need to break away from people who are controlling you and people who tell you no. Ugh. This is reminding me, I mean, because, should I even say it? This is reminding me of Britney Spears' situation. But with her, it's her family, not her romantic partner. There's some control. You have to leave some organization or some home or some contract. It's either a marriage contract you have to leave. It might be a house contract, like a rental contract you have to break, but you've signed it for several years or something. It's a job contract that you have to break, or it's a mentality contract. You've been in this job for like the entirety of your life up until this point. You've been in this career, in this field, and you don't feel like you can do something else, even though you want to. You're fed up of this. You've been doing it your whole life. You're fed up. You want to do something else. You want to go back to school, some of you, to do something else, or you just want to start in a new field. You have a new field that is calling you. You want to do it, but you're trapped. Some of you, you're trapped because of bills. You're trapped because of family you have to feed, and you can't just quit your job and go start all over at the entry level with no union, no seniority, in a complete different field with no experience, making half your wage or like that you make now, or 3/4 the wage that you make now. You have too many responsibilities. You may feel like you're too old. Even there's like 2 or 3 little subgroups here, and basically this whole group, it's some sort of karmic cycle that you need to break out of. You need to break this contract. If it's a marriage, especially if it's family, like your parents, move out of their house, stop talking to them. It sounds dramatic, but I'm being serious, because they are weighing you down. They're holding you back. They're dragging you back. They may have a limited paradigm and mentality, and they're telling you, like, they're trying to guilt trip you into staying to take care of them, or they're guilt tripping you into not going off to university, or they're guilt tripping you into not taking a job that's in another city away from them, even though the job in the other city pays like 1.5 times or 2 times the amount that you make here. You have to move. It's your life. You have to move away. You have to leave. There's somewhere that you have to leave. Now, if this is a legally binding contract, if you resonate with that group, it being like a job and you signed away like a couple years, I can't help you with that. You need legal aid. You need to go talk to legal aid. And I think that you should talk to legal aid, because there may be a little loophole that you didn't even think about. Maybe you're there crying your eyes out, depressed, thinking, oh my God, I can't believe I did this. There's no way whatsoever I could ever get out of this. The contract is sealed tight. It's tight. But in fact, there may be a small loophole. And if you talk to a professional, a lawyer, they may be able to advise you as to what you can possibly do. Maybe you may have to pay these people some money to get out of your contract, but will it be worth it? You decide. How much do you want to leave it? Even if you have to pay them some money and you're able to make a payment plan just so you can have your life back and you don't have to stay there for another 5 years or however long you still owe these people, it's going to be worth it for you in the long run. So maybe you should consider that. Think of a plea deal, in a way, some sort of deal to get out of this contract if it's possible. If this is a marriage, you got to get a divorce. I'm not going to tell you otherwise. This is a damn divorce that needs to happen. This person is pulling you back. If these are your parents, you got to leave. Go to another city. Move to another city. Move to the opposite end of the city. Stop seeing them every day. Stop talking to them every day. These people are toxic. They're weighing you down. You can't get ahead in life if you allow this contract to weigh you down. So whatever this contract is, a contract that's telling you you've been in the same position for 2 years. So I'm going to name it for you. It's either a mental contract that's telling you you've been in the same position for too many years. You have too much experience and too much education and too much riding on this one job, and you have family to feed at home, and you can't drop this and move to another career. There's that. There is a actual legally binding contract that you signed with some company, some job company, whatever. And the third, there is a marriage contract there. All of you need to break this contract somehow and move on. This is a karmic situation, probably passed over from a past life. I actually have I have 2 good karma past life readings. I will link them underneath your timestamp in the description box. So underneath your timestamp, you'll see the 2 links to those 2 videos. You may be interested in watching them to get some more information about what this karma is. But this is your test. You have to break this contract, okay? So basically the question of this reading was, should you take this job? I have a hard time believing you guys can, even if you wanted to. Like, I don't see, basically you should pursue being able to take any job that you want to take. I'm going to say that again. Basically, you should pursue the ability, the freedom to be able to take any job and live any life that you want to take and live. Before that can happen, there needs to be this contract needs to end before that can happen. So should you take this job, if this contract has already ended, by all means run. I don't care what that is. Get as far away from this as possible and run to that. I don't care if that's paying you minimum wage, and it's as long as it gets you out of these people's company, whether it's their company in the house because these people are around you in the house, or it's an actual business company, whatever the hell that is. I don't care if it's mopping floors, just take it. If you're able to get out of this. But most of you, there's a hurdle that you need to surpass that, and you actually have to. So if you're wondering, should I stay or should I go? You have to go. This is your karma. It's not going to get better. Some people might say, oh, just stay, it might get better. No, you're going to be miserable. Okay. So those are your messages. I hope that helped you. Let me know if that resonated, and I will see you in my next reading.